good afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Feazell, and I am your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television two different ways. Channel 182 on Charter Communications, which is local to North Alabama. You can also find us on the web at icradio.media and syndicated on Abundant TV, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Thank you so much for watching. Last segment, we were making Reese's peanut butter cups. We're doing it our own way, okay? And I actually made them a little bit bigger than what you can buy. You don't think you can buy the super size, but this is pretty awesome. And I promised you that I would let you see what the final product looks like. Now, you really need to let these things set for 24 hours. However, like in this household, we can't wait. So what you can do is stick it in the freezer for just about 30 minutes. Doesn't have to be long. You don't want them frozen. All you want to do is have this chocolate to hold. And see how pretty that looks? Look at that. Now, it's not as pretty as what you're going to buy in the store, but who cares? It tastes good. So I told you, I promised you that I had to hide these from Phil, okay, because he loves chocolate. And so what I want to do is cut this thing in half so you can see what I'm talking about. It is so good. I'm tempted to eat some, but I won't, because then I won't stop, and then you know how that goes. So anyway, this is what your Reese's peanut butter cup looks like. Isn't that good? Look at there. And you make it yourself. Real easy. Only a few ingredients. So what you want to do is find chocolate, and I like the milk chocolate. It seems to melt better too. And then you need to have a muffin pan. It doesn't matter what kind. And then you want some of those little cupcake liners. So put those in the muffin pan, and then you want to melt some chocolate and pour it, just a dollop, just kind of enough to cover the bottom and maybe a little bit of the sides. Then what you want to do is get another bowl, and you want a half cup of creamy peanut butter. It's got to be creamy. And then I added 1 tablespoon of butter. And then you want to get 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. And you want to put all that, melt that together, just kind of stir it up really good. Then you want to put a dollop of the peanut butter. So you can see right here, it goes in the middle of your peanut butter cup. Right there, it goes in the middle. And then what you want to do, you'll have to remelt the chocolate, okay? So what you'll need to do is add some more chocolate chips in there. And then melt it again. Make sure you're not heating it too much, because if you do, it's going to be kind of crackly like. You don't want it to be that way. You want it to be smooth. Pour that on top, and then just have patience and sit and wait 24 hours, or if they're like we do, stick it in the freezer. Okay, so that's I promised you I'd let you see what that looks like. Okay, now what we're going to do, I have some leftover roast beef. Okay, and it was really, really good. So I've got some leftover. It actually put 2 bags of it in freezer bags, and put some in the freezer. I actually wound up with 2 big bags. And so the good freezer bags, okay, only use the Ziploc. They're the Hefty brand. Those are good ones, okay. So this is what you'll do. You'll get your roast beef, and you're going to put it in your bag, and then you're going to flatten it, okay? And then that way, if you come home and you forgot to put something in the oven, you forgot to cook, and you're just like, I don't want to go out to eat, I just want to eat here, you can do that. So what you'll do is just go to the corner of your counter like this, and then just break it like that. And then you can just break off all you want to eat. And then that way you don't have to, have the whole bag. And then make sure you get all the air out of it, because air is an enemy to anything in the freezer. So what you want to do is make sure you get all the air out of it, seal it back up again, put it back into the freezer, and you got more leftovers, okay? Leftovers are good. I just have to be really quick and put them in the freezer, okay? And, that's how that goes. That's how that rocks. Okay, now this is what I want to do. I want to make a roast beef. By the way, go to Lone Tree Ranch, okay, and get all of your beef. Best way to do it, and you can order like the whole cow and put the whole thing in a freezer, or go in with friends and get maybe half a cow, or maybe get a half a cow and divide it with another friend. And that's what we did. We just hacked it with somebody, and so that wound up being a really cool thing, and we're still eating on the beef. Really good beef too, by the way. But I want to make a beef salad sandwich, so this is what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and get some of the beef. It won't take a whole lot of it. I'll still have enough left over for something else. So I'm just going to do about a cup, maybe, of the beef. And I'm going to stick it into my bowl. Now let's do this. I'm going to put my camera down so you can see, okay? So let me move just a bit so you can see what I'm doing down here. I think that's a good view right there. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is kind of cut it up a little bit, okay? All you're going to need is a spoon. No biggie, just a spoon. That's it. Okay, breaking it up just a bit. Okay, you can use as many, or you don't have to use a whole lot of ingredients for this, okay? Now I'm going to put just a little bit, when I say a little bit, I'm going to say maybe about a tablespoon of mustard. Okay? All right. Using a clean spoon, I'm going to use some mayonnaise. You can do salad dressing, but it's really better just to use mayonnaise. Okay? And you can go to Albertville Foodland Plus. They're really good at putting this on sale. Okay, so I'm going to mix those 3 ingredients together. Okay, and I'll probably add a little bit more of the beef. But anyway, here we go. So I'm mixing this together. All right. And when we get through with this, I'm going to show you some more ideas. Okay. All right, I'm going to give just a little bit of minced garlic. So let me go ahead and get a spoon. I'll grab that out of here. Now, it's best if you use, get garlic fresh, but I don't have any fresh garlic, so I'm using this. All right, and the store brands from Albertville Foodland Plus are just fine. Okay, so I'm mixing that over there. This makes such a good sandwich. Okay, we like to use either grapes or you can use raisins. I got the golden raisins, so let's stick a few of those in there. And just go by your taste, whatever you think you'd like. If you like a lot of garlic, you can put more garlic. If you just really don't want garlic, skip it. You don't have to put it in there. Okay, so I'm adding about a quarter cup of raisins. And if you like a real sweet sandwich, you'll want to add more. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and add, this is another one of my favorite ingredients, okay? Use the store brand, and this is ranch salad dressing. It is powdered form, okay? And you can add chives, you can add all kinds of stuff. You can use all of your herbs. And I'm putting probably about 2 tablespoons of this in there. Okay, so there we go. Let's go ahead and mix this up. So I'm mixing ingredients as I go. Okay. Well, this is going to be good. Okay. Now, another thing you can do, this is my homemade pickles. You can chop up some pickles and put those in there if you'd like to do that. I'm going to put pickles on the side, so I'm not going to chop them up and put them inside the sandwich. So here we go. See, I'm mixing it up real good. Now, I like lots of pepper on mine, so I'm just going to put just a little bit, and then what I'll do is mix some pepper, put more pepper on my sandwich when I'm ready to go ahead and put everything together. Okay. All right, I'm going to add just a little bit more beef. Okay. There we go. Now, this makes a lot. Okay. Here we go. You know what? I think I'm going to put the whole thing in there because I'll just go ahead and send Mother a sandwich over too. Okay? And then that gets rid of all of this. Okay? Here we go. So everybody's going to get a sandwich. Okay. Now, another ingredient I like to add is cheese. So let's go ahead and put some cheese in there. All right. And it really doesn't matter when you add the ingredients. Just, whatever your liking is. Okay. Here we go. Some more cheese. And I'm just going to it's got to be shredded. Now, let me tell you something you can do. You can buy the block cheese. You'll have a more moist cheese if you shred it yourself instead of buying it shredded. And so just use a grater or whatever, and whatever you want to do. I usually whatever's on sale. If the shredded is on sale, then we do shredded. If the block's on sale, well then I'll shred my own. So whatever works for you. Okay, now doesn't that look good? And there you go. I think I'd like to add just a bit more mayo. About another tablespoon, maybe a little bit less than that. I'd like for it to be just a little creamier. Now, some people want it crumbly, and some people want it real creamy. I don't want it real creamy. I just want it to be kind of crumbly-like. Okay, but not real crumbly. Does that make sense? Look at there. I have just made a roast salad for the sandwich. I'll tell you something else that's real good too. I've got lettuce that's actually growing in my inside the house. I've got this hydroponics garden going on right now, and so I like to get just like some lettuce and just lay it in a plate, and then just put some of this on top of that, and that's real good. Then you can get some chopped boiled eggs. And add that in here. Just really, there's no set recipe. Just whatever you want to put in there. And so there you go. There is our roast beef salad. Let's go ahead and raise this up. And I'm going to give you some more recipes. What do I do with all of this leftover beef? Okay, I gave you a couple of ideas. First of all, you want to freeze it, and you need to chop it up really good if you're going to freeze it, and that way you can just take out whatever it is that you want. You can slice it, and if you slice it, it'd be a good idea to get some wax paper, and let's say it's only 2 of you, like Phil and me, see? And so, people say, why do you buy those big roasts? Because we can eat off of that for weeks. And so I can just get a couple of slices of the roast beef, and I can wrap it around some of my wax paper, and then put that into the bag. Like I told you, only get the good ones, okay? The Ziplocs, get those. And then I can just take it out, and I don't have to thaw out everything. So I just whatever it is I wanted to use. Okay, so that was one idea right there, the salad recipe. So what else can we do with leftover roast? All right, I'm going to give you some more ideas. Uh-oh, I see Phil coming. Do I need to hide this chocolate? Uh-oh. Is his hand reaching over here? Oh, no. No, not till you eat your supper. Okay, but now I don't have to worry about him. If he eats chocolate now, he's still going to eat supper. Okay, so that's pretty cool. All right, now let's talk about what we can do. You can actually make roast beef stroganoff. Oh, it's so good. And let me tell you how easy this is. Okay, so it's a classic comfort food. Everybody knows that. And it's good all year round, too, not just in the winter time. So what you'll do is get the recipe right up here. You can, this is what I do. I get Hamburger Helper. Get the hamburger, save a little bit of this and put it in the freezer bag. Get Hamburger Helper when they've got it on sale. Sometimes you can get it on sale for like $1, or store brands at Albertville Foodland Plus are like $1 almost every day. Sometimes I mark it down to 79 cents. So I get that box, I follow the directions for beef stroganoff, and so I add my chopped up roast beef that I've got in the freezer. Easy. You can't get any easier than that. Okay, now I've got a recipe right here. Oh, I've got to go into a commercial break. I'll be right back in just a few minutes. See how I do? I forget, and then here we go.
At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for 2 or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant.
Let
Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC take the burden off you for all your tax needs. I know because Rhonda has been taking care of my business since 2013. I feel Rhonda works for me because she knows the direct questions to ask to better benefit my unique business in order for me to get back the biggest refund possible. Rhonda is an ongoing student, and she knows tax laws are in a constant change every year. Call 256-281-9903 for an appointment to take the dread out of getting your taxes done. Rhonda is located at 11968 U.S. Highway 431 in Boaz. Again, that number is 256-281-9903. And let Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC champion your personal and business taxes. Begin a great year and save big money with these specials at Albertville Foodland Plus. A 5-pound bag of red or gold potatoes only $2.99 each. Warm up with Campbell's Chunky Soup, 2 for $4. Slim down with gold salads, only $2.99 each. And make sure to check out the deli with fresh veggies and tasty pork chops or hand-battered chicken fingers, only $5.99. Check us out on the web at shop.foodlandgrocery.com. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Thank you so much for watching. My name is Donna Thiesel. Welcome back. I am your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television several different ways. Channel 182 on Charter Communications and syndicated worldwide on Abundant TV. Rob Patz owns this station. And so you can find us on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Thank you for watching. We're talking about what to do with leftover beef. Make a big old, maybe you found one on sale, or you go to Lone Tree Ranch and you buy the whole cow or the half cow or a quarter cow. And so you made this big roast beef. What am I going to do with it? We can't eat all this right now. It's just the two of us. Easy. So we just made some roast salad for a sandwich, or put it on some lettuce. Eat it inside of some baked beans or maybe some coleslaw, whatever you want to do, whatever strikes your fancy. All right, so we're going to reserve some of this roast beef. And what we're going to do is make a roast beef pot pie. Now what you can do, you can get the store brand pie, it's in the freezer section, you can get that. So what you want to do is get a can of vegetable soup. And you want to get maybe about a cup or whatever you got left over. no biggie. So you get about a cup of that, and then you want to get the vegetable soup and mix that together. I like to add a few ingredients, like just a touch of chili powder and maybe some of my herbs from the garden, some that I've dried, or you can do fresh if you got some fresh. Combine all of that, throw it in the pie shell. You need to put another pie shell on top, just like you're baking an apple pie. And then you'll get a fork, and then you'll wet it. You got to moisten it, and then you'll kind of go around the edges of that pie so it kind of seals it in. But this is what you got to do on the top of that pie. You want to get the fork, and you want to make some little holes. If you don't, you may have a pie that goes like that, and then you may wind up with a mess in your oven. You want to have the oven on a preheated 350 degrees. It depends on your area. It could be 375 or it could be 325. Also depends on your stove. And then you want to bake it for about 30 minutes. Take it out and just take a look at it, okay? If it kind of has this little crusty-like appeal to it, then you're done. If it still looks kind of doughy, stick it in for about another 10 minutes. But let me tell you another thing that I like to do with my pie crust. And for everything, pot pies and everything, I like to get an egg. And I want to, scramble it up kind of. And then get a brush and just brush it on the top. And it makes those pie crusts like really, really flaky. And they're really good. So try that too. All right, let's see. What have I got here? Something popped up on my computer. Okay, leftover ideas for your pot roast. This is a good one right here. It's called a beef tortilla roll-up. And you can kind of get the gist of it with this picture right here. Yeah, all you got to do is just get a shell, the tortilla shell, and it looks like just add it, make it yours, okay? This is your own little creative recipe. Just think of things that would go good together. Like, think about what would go good. Okay, let's say you got roast beef and you got a tortilla shell. Do you normally eat slaw with it? Put a little bit of slaw in there. Do you like lettuce? Go ahead and put some lettuce with it. You got some tomatoes out of the garden or whatever? Grocery store's not as good, but anyway, your homemade tomatoes, you can put that in there, and then all you got to do is wrap it. And look at that! Isn't that a good idea? So you can use that for your leftover, and they're called roast beef tortilla roll-ups. Okay, and let's see, what else can we do? Okay, you can do beef enchiladas, and all you got to do is sauce. So instead of tacos, what you can do, you can get noodles, you can get Hamburger Helper, you can get any of this stuff. The store brand at Albertville Foodland Plus. You go to Amazon.com and you can get some store brands there as well. So this is what you can do. You can go in ahead and get your roast beef, you can get any kind of noodles if you want to do it homemade. Add a little cheese and some onions, and it's ready. And if you want to, you can actually put it in roll-ups as well. Phil and I have done that before. It's super good. Leftover roast beef skillet. This is another thing you can do. Get a creamy sauce, put plenty of noodles, and Hamburger Helper, whatever you got in stock, then you can use that. Okay, now this is a good recipe right here for leftover roast beef. Make a chili out of it. Easy. Okay, so you can get like canned chili. Go ahead and open it up and put it in a saucepan. And then you want to get some of your leftover. Oh, it's driving me crazy looking at that mayonnaise still open. Okay, so I've shut that up. Okay, so what you can do is put everything in a skillet, your leftover chili, or your chili that you got out of a can. Put a little chili sauce in there, and then if you have chives or any kind of herbs, it doesn't matter. No, some herbs you don't want to mix together, like parsley and basil. It's not good together. But if you want to separate it, it's good. Now, chives, you can mix chives with everything. You could probably eat it on banana pudding if you wanted to. So anyway, you can do that. And then what you'll do is just put your roast beef in there. And even if it already has hamburger meat in it, it doesn't matter. It's going to be really good. So what you can do is just make a sandwich out of it. So put the chili, get some good melting cheese, like the mozzarella cheese would be good on top of that. You could also get a hot dog, put the hot dog inside, and then put the chili sauce on top of that. That's good too. That's really, and it's fast eating. So I'm telling you, you don't have to spend a whole bunch of money. Now let me tell you what else you can do. You can make a sandwich, like roast beef and cheese sandwich. Now this is a picture of what somebody has done, and they made kind of like the salad recipe like I just did. It's the very first part of the show. So what you can do is just put the roast beef inside maybe a croissant. And don't cook the croissant. Get the rollout kind, the kind you get in Pillsbury or whatever. And slice it open. You want to get some of the salad if you want to. Eat it that way. And get some cheese and put it on there. And put it in the oven just enough to melt the cheese, okay? You don't want to cook it. So go ahead and put it in the oven, for a 350-degree oven for about 7 minutes. That should melt it. Take it out, and then you've got one of those. Now, another thing you can do is get your croissant, cut it in half, and then you can put just the roast beef in it. Don't do the salad like I've done. Just the roast beef, and put a good melting cheese on it, like a mozzarella type cheese. Put that on top of it. Oven, 7 minutes, you're done. You got a whole recipe going right there. Okay, let's see what else we got. I only have a few minutes. Cheese steak crescent rolls. Speak of the devil, this is good. Okay, so cheese stick crescent rolls are really good for your leftover roast. And so what you can do, you can buy the homemade, or you make your own homemade, but save some time. Have some in the refrigerator. Just keep it just for days like this, okay? So you got your crescent roll dough. And then what you want to do is get your skillet out. I like to use my iron skillet. You want to saute some onions, and if you've got any green peppers, whatever your taste is. So you want to saute all of that, kind of like you're doing a stir fry. You can put some carrots in it if you'd like to. The canned carrot's going to be easier and quicker because they're already cooked. So you can just chop them up, put them in there, and then you can put whatever you got. If you can do green beans, you can do any of that stuff. So you want to kind of saute that up, and then you want to put this on a crescent roll, and it's really super good. Now you don't have to put that in the microwave. Now you got to cook the crescent rolls, and then you'll kind of half them, kind of cut them open, and put this really luscious Philly steak type stuff inside it. Get your melting kind of cheese, like your mozzarella. Some cheddar cheese will melt really good too. Put that on top of it, got yourself a meal. Okay, now we talked about the salad. We did that just a little bit earlier. Okay, beef and potatoes. So I think I've got time for this. Okay, so get the big baking potatoes, okay? And what you want to do is, you can do it 2 different ways. You can either throw it in the oven and put some foil around it, and that just kind of helps keeps everything together. It makes it where it's not so dry. You know, you don't want a dry potato. The red potatoes work really good, or maybe the Yukon Gold potatoes are really good. They're not as dry. So what you'll do is put that potato either in the microwave. Now I've got a good tip for you. If you'll get some paper towels, kind of dampen those paper towels, put them in a plate, just whatever size plate. Pretend that chocolate's not there. I'm hiding it. And then put your dampened paper towel there, and then wrap the potato in it. Before you wrap the potato though, get a knife or get a fork and kind of press some little holes in there. It'll help to cook it more evenly, and it'll kind of cook it more like on the inside so it's not so dry. Put it in the microwave, depending on your microwave. Some are different. So stick it in the microwave, and then what you do, once you got your baked potato done, you want to open it up, stick some of that roast in there. Even the salad that we made, you can stick that in there, put some cheese on top. If you want to put a little mayonnaise, whatever you want to do, sour cream is really good to put on there. And look there, you got your baked potato with cheese. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Donna Thiesel. I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio. We're your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television 2 different ways. You can find us on channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundant TV found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. I want to thank Rob Patz for giving us this opportunity for being on his radio station and his TV station. Definitely appreciate that, Rob. And thanks to my hubby, who is makes all this stuff kind of happen too. Takes these guys. I couldn't do it without them. Thank you again so much, and I hope you have an awesome, awesome rest of the day. And save this, if you don't mind, like it, do me a thumbs up, and share it if you don't mind. I'd appreciate that. Bye-bye.